Hey, welcome to a new episode on the Drift Patriot channel. Today's episode will consist of two segments. The first part is more informational, where I'll tell you why there was a break on the channel, because I think you deserve to know and I want to share what's been going on with me and my crew and what caused this break. The second part of the episode is more of a bonus to give you some cool content from drifting. So let's start with the information, which I've divided into 3 chapters: what was, what is, and what will be. Let's go. We'll start with the past, about what has been on the channel. The Drift Patriot channel is now already 8 years old, so that's quite a long time since I really started getting into drifting more professionally, let's call it that. On the channel you could see lots of trips to competitions, my first podiums, lots of lifestyle content, and some fun with the car, which sometimes included some crazy ideas. There were also lots of onboard videos driving the car, which is what excites me the most about drifting. There were also car builds for drifting, both less professional and more professional ones, like the build of the Subaru BRZ in Driftmaster specification. That's one of the topics that was definitely more interesting on this YouTube channel. Let's call it that. At the very beginning, obviously, building this channel was, simply put, all about fun. Guilt, joy, and everything tied to drifting. As I got more involved, I saw more potential and wanted to grow as a driver, which naturally raised expectations. The complexity of the situation, because for all of this to happen, it takes a huge amount of work and organization, but I don't want to bore you with these topics here. In short, my dream was to become, let's say, a professional drift driver who has great social media and also competes in a league like Driftmasters, which means sponsors appear out of nowhere, the American dream comes true, and you could simply say that this is my profession. Unfortunately, there was some disappointment here, but it was more on my part. Because after the whole Driftmasters series that I competed in last year, it turned out that, in short, reality doesn't look like that, and it's not just about me, but about the whole sport. This sport just isn't there yet, at this point. The vast majority of drivers pay out of their own pocket, and my vision, which had motivated me for so long, burned me out inside. Additionally, there were other factors, like my ambition, expectations, and all of that kind of killed the fun of the conventions, which I won't hide. That's also why, for example, there haven't been any new videos lately, because simply put, I needed to reset my mind, rest, and reflect. It's about how I want the channel to look going forward, so I can find my own path in drifting. And I came up with something, and I'll share it with you in a moment. Moving on from what was before. I'm really grateful for everything that happened over these 8 years, even though it wasn't easy and there were a lot of complications, which you can see on the channel. I'm really happy to be where I am because every action, every decision, and everything that happened influenced who I am now. I gained experience, and from this point I can move forward and think about what I'd like to change in the future and what I want to focus on in the present. And when it comes to the present, I mostly want to focus on getting back the fun of riding, because I have to admit I've really been missing that lately. So, how will riding be fun? Stay tuned for our future discussion. We're heading into T3. And now moving on to what's coming up. In short, it's a return to my roots, meaning I want to get back to riding a lot and really just having fun with the car, having fun drifting, having fun with YouTube, just enjoying everything I do. And for that to happen in the way I imagined it, it's necessary to build a new car, because the Subaru, my current car that I've been driving, is up for sale. Compot, which is more of a beta, is just too weak to offer me what I've imagined in my head. So in short, the plan is to build a new car. So we're starting a new project, a drift project, which will really be a collection of our experience regarding what I would want from a car. When it comes to the whole build, I think there are 3 aspects worth mentioning. Namely, we will be building the car ourselves. So for us, it's pure excitement, because it will be the first car built like this by us. So we'll probably gain some interesting new experience, and we'll also be able to apply the knowledge we gained last year, because as you know, Subaru was heavily rebuilt, which ultimately had a really great impact. The next topic will be a highly developmental project. We want to start with low power and then develop it further so we can keep getting used to this body and have fun driving. The third topic is that the project will probably be built a bit after hours, so it won't be the fastest build in the world. It definitely won't be a single 20-minute episode where you see the whole project from start to finish. That's not the format we want to go with. If you want a lot of knowledge, a lot of interesting facts, and simply put, you're excited about building cars, then we invite you to the Drift Patriot channel, and we'll make sure you get that. And as for the competitions themselves, because some of you might be interested in what's next with my drifting career, right now, like I told you, I want to focus on driving. When I feel that the moment is right, that everything else is falling into place as it should, then I'll start thinking about competitions. For now, that's not the priority. The priority is to build the best car possible. Enjoy this car, and in the meantime, take care of financing my drifting so that I have, let's say, the essentials. A package that will give me a lot of joy and happiness from the whole drifting experience. To sum up all that was, is, and will be, now you know, and in short, that's what my journey toward the goal I set for myself looks like. I hope you'll join me and the Drift Patriot crew in the next challenges, but this time definitely in a more relaxed way. Next week, I invite you to the first episode of Drift Project, where we'll reveal a few cards one by one. A return to the roots. We're going back to a certain vehicle brand that you probably already know, but in what version you'll see now. Now I invite you to a more relaxed part of this material. Hey, listen, today Camille and I are setting off on the longest trip with our rig, the little Dolphin, Steppo with the trailer, and the Subaru.
I don't know if I can handle it. The two of us need to call for backup because it's going to be tough to manage with just the two of us.
We need a third driver. But seriously, we're basically heading over there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a stadium over there. And we're going to the street meeting event to rev up the Subaru. And the best part is that both Camille and I have a lot of family obligations today, but we managed to sneak out for 2 or 3 hours.
You always have to find time for drifting, unless you haven't done it in a long time.
And now here, right where those cones are, we have to turn, but even further, all the way at the end.
That's right.
Dude.
Mr. Manager.
About the barriers.
And there are drifts over there. And generally, as a fun fact, the place where we're going to burn some rubber today is where one of the first rounds of Drift Masters took place in Gdansk, right under the stadium. Those were the old days, like when the bridge was collapsing here. There are many others I haven't driven on either, but I got really excited and now I'm here. Here I am again. Parking after a year without driving. This is the moment when you have to remember everything all over again. But generally the excitement after such a long time is so strong. And even though you can feel there's absolutely no traction here, it's still awesome. Man, it just makes you smile. I'm at a loss for words. I haven't driven a car like this in a long time. Nice, really nice. Nicely burned out to the wires. The first set this year at Subaru. Burned out. Elegant. Alright, listen, it's super hot in the car, and now we're doing it with Kamil. Checking the Subaru's temperature in the sun.
We need to turn on the ignition, like this.
Temperature is 3.45. Yes, that's the controller temperature.
So this one.
We have 45 degrees inside. Do we have the block? No, we won't show the block. We have 45 degrees. We have 45 optimal.
Yes, just right.
Just right.
To ride around with a helmet and... It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. Okay, we're doing the last run. We put on a more grippy tire. Here, Kamil has a request for me to put more weight on the car so that we can collect a database here.
Exactly, what is acting here?
You can't see anything, the sun is reflecting.
But I can see...
Kamil can see. Oh, that means the car has been standing here for a while. We need to check if everything works as we want. And we're taking one last dip here. Yeah, right here at this little spot under the stadium. We're done for today. Quick action, but look at this. Formula One. A typical slick. It's a pleasure to see a well-burned tire. Operating time. They made it. The families will probably still take us into their homes. So the tires were nicely burned out. Thanks, Kamil.
Thanks.
And what? Return to base.